So, I meant
Cut.
to tell
No, I meant to tell you your skin looks fantastic.
I meant to tell you, so does yours. I really think it's from morning joy. We're just waking up so fresh faced and ready to speak on our joy and what's been going on in our lives. How are we maintaining joy? All of that. So I think that's part of it.
I think it's been a really beautiful practice. And let's see, today is June 14th as of this recording. We've been doing this morning joy exercise with Saran says, and Kat and Imani and Soraya. We now be doing it for 14 days.
Yeah.
First. And when
Mm-hmm.
Saran said we're coming up on our last week, I was like, there's no way.
No, we
Feels
just
crazy.
started. I know.
Feels
But
crazy.
after 21 days, that's when you've like established a habit. That's what I've heard. So if like after 21 days, we're just like we're in joy, and you're like not enjoying like enjoy, but maybe enjoy. And you're just your whole mindset has adjusted and shifted. That you wake up in the morning, you're like, okay, I may be at like a 3. But then as my day gets going and maybe continue those deep breaths that we do, then you'll be in a whole different headspace, like moving forward. It's a whole mindset shift.
Yeah, I feel it 100%. Now I feel like a joy prophet. Prophet might be a
Oh.
strong word, but like a joy, the person who's running around like a town crier. Hello, hello, you heard a joy? I feel like I've been talking to people for those that haven't heard either of us talk about it in excess and how much we're enjoying it. Morning joy. Saran says every morning from June 1st to June 21st, from 7 a.m. to 7:21 a.m. We are on a Zoom together. We start with a deep breath, deep breathing exercises, which have been really revelatory. I didn't
Mhm.
realize how much I needed to be practicing breathing,
Yeah.
and it's so intentional. And then Saran provides us with a beautiful prompt, and we talk about joy, the way it shows up in our lives. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Yes, I've been bringing it up to people, just saying, like my friends saying in the morning, it's like I have this a morning joy Zoom call that I'm on. And I just love the community that it brings and just hearing other people's journeys that they're on, that they're embarking on. You find out you're more aligned with people than you ever thought. Like you and Imani being aligned, and also with Kat and the creativity, and just Soraya and her light and joy. And that's just really what I'm basking in these days is light, joy, and finding it wherever you can. Then, of course, at the center of our solar system, Saran,
Mm.
just sunshine herself, that like bringing it all together, like these people from different journeys in their lives, but also aligned in certain paths, which I love very much when, people come together and everything like that.
I do too. It's really powerful. And I think a lot of what we talk about is just we talk about this a lot. When you talk to more people, you learn more about more people, you learn more about yourself. And
Yeah.
we're just like a prime example of that. Because if you look at our like day one, obviously just meeting a lot of people, even though Saran brought all of us together, but to now in the group chat, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the points of connectivity are so strong, it's so real. And it's like this is just natural time spent together intentionally. And I don't know, we're in it
Yes.
thick now. It's so lovely.
That intentional time is really important. Like this wedding that Jamar and I went to, that for one of his oldest friends, a lot of their friends, their closest friends, they met through going to Disco Biscuits concerts. I love that band name, by
Disco
the way.
biscuits.
Yes, and they're like, "Oh, we've known them for 3 years," and these people were crying during the ceremony. They're, like, basking in the love of the day, the energy of the day, but they were intentional, or continuously intentional with their time, with this group of people saying, "Disco Biscuits concert, we're there, we're going," and that's when we meet up, and that's when we come together and we, strengthen our connection to the music, to each other. So I'm like, I feel like almost every single person we talked to, we're like, how long have you known them? And they were like, oh, 3 years. And now, mind you, to some, it's like the length of friendship. Like I have friends that, like my closest friends, some that have been almost 20 years, and
Yeah.
like 3 years. Like I to some people that may seem like, "Oh, that's not that long," but there are some friends that I also have that it has been less than 20 years and we are, like, super close, so the length of time, in my opinion, doesn't matter. It is about that intention with friendship and how you come together. What connects you and what keeps you connected over time? Mhm.
Mm. I feel like you might have shared a quote from Duran Bernard when he was on maybe like a Kelly Clarkson show, because he was
Mm.
talking about like, because like
Yes, on
some
my
people
Instagram. Right.
people put a lot of pressure
Mhm.
on familial bonds and the
Yeah.
bonds of blood, which means what it does. I mean, you're my sister. Love you so much. And our relationship is strong, but not because we're related by blood.
Right, right,
That's
right.
got nothing to do with that do with it, and
Yes.
I think particularly in the Black community, communities of color, it can be a little bit more like, "That's your mother. That's your cousin. Come on." Like, "Oh, you guys can't fight. You're blood." And it's like, sometimes that's
Some
not enough. That's simply not enough, and
Yes.
found family is so real, and you can have a
Mhm.
full, robust, joy-filled blood family and a found family as well. There's no limits to who you can welcome into your life, and there's no like you said, there's no specific time that someone has to be in your orbit for them to be considered like a close, good, trusted person.
Mhm.
There's people are people, and the ones that show up, and you're like, and I
They show up when they need to as well. So, like, we used to call our Mountain Jam, which was the festival in upstate New York that we went to, where there's like shows just going all the time and everybody's camping and everything like that. They were coined our Jamily, which I thought was so so cute, because, our one friends, like, their parents had come at one point, so, but we were, like, in this, like, little community, our own little space with the tents and cooking and just, like, shared space in a tent will bring you closer to anyone ever in your life, which we experienced, in Virginia as
yeah.
well, but, like, it was our jamily. It's like music brought us together, music kept us together, and we just the whimsy of it all. What a time to be alive. That was like that was so long ago. Feels like a different
We
life, but it was amazing. It was
we
amazing.
are Jamily.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, yeah.
yeah. That's nice. That's nice.
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
I met someone at one point who said that they weren't really a music person,
Mm.
and I'm I'm open to most people's beliefs, but that one, I was like, I don't whew, it
Did
the way
they elaborate at all? Like, I'm not a music person. What do you mean by that? What do you mean you're not a music person?
we talk about it a little bit, it's like, well, they don't really have, like, favorite songs, like a favorite band, and I'm like, I understand that, but they're just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I could kinda, like, take it or leave it," like most songs. I'm like, I don't know. I There's songs that have made me sob, like, my life is defined by music, and I've never really been able to understand that, and if I look back, some of my most of my friendships, I feel like might have been started by music, like, my
Mhm.
best pal Tommy, we met the first day of freshman year because we both loved Maroon 5. Now,
Amazing.
hey, if the album Songs About Jane never came out, would we still have been friends? Yeah, yeah, but it was a real way to know who I found as a soul friend because
Mhm.
that album's a part of my body, that album's a part of my soul. Songs About Jane. It's like, without the tunes to vibe to, and then singing,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
it's just I don't know, and singing has brought me closer to so many people, feeling seen as, like, a vocalist and as someone who's, like, passionate about music. Yeah, it's the foundation of a lot of
I
relationships.
feel like you should have been wearing a cape when you said, "I'm a vocalist.
Well,
I'm a
it's a
vocalist."
little beachy off the shoulder moment for those listening. It's mesh. I got it at a stoop sale. This lady had it hanging from her garage. And I said, "That's mine now. I'll wear it to the beach on Saturday." And
I
I did.
did. Amazing.
Yeah.
But yet music, I feel like is so like I don't know. Like, I can understand that not being able to say, like, "What's your favorite genre?" And I'm just like, "Well, not country, typically." But then I started to listen to more country songs, and some of them are, like, these like, stories, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay." But then, literally, I really cannot lock in on, like, a specific song or genre that I love, except, like, Human Nature is, like, my top song, but
My genre is human nature.
my genre
Let's
is
keep it like
human
that.
nature,
Sure.
actually. But, like, listening to certain songs, like, the layering of all these songs, like, you hear, like, guitar and then a synthesizer, drums, and if you listen to like, you start hearing different parts of a song that you didn't hear, like, the first 10
Mhm.
times you listen to it, then all of a sudden you wear it with these certain headphones or you're in a certain headspace and then you hear a song, you're like, "Oh, yes." And it just like brings the. But
Yeah.
I mean, if someone says like I'm not really they said I'm not into music,
I'm not
I
really
don't
into
like
music.
not really into music. That's such a bold statement.
Is. It's just and music influences everything, so for you to say you're not really into music, I don't it broke my brain. I
Yeah.
didn't fully understand it, but I feel like and I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, that we were auditorially trained. Like, our ear for music has been brought up through, like, Prince of it all, the Paul Simon of it all, the Michael Jackson of it all, Lauryn Hill. It's like the musicality, I mean, even listening to, like, classical, like, the
Yeah.
musicality of everything that was played for us in the background, and then that we picked up on our own along the way, it's like, I can't I can't just listen to music.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I must experience it. There's
Yes.
there's this one song, "Chihiro" by Billie Eilish, and I had listened to that song, I mean, no less than, like, 20 to 30 times, and
Yeah.
then one day, like you said, I listened to it with specific headphones on, and I heard that she is singing the lyrics, kind of loudly screaming them in the background in, like, a very pleading way, and then I'm like, "Oh my god," and then she finishes them, and then she goes up a pitch and then keeps singing, screaming them, like, "Billy, Billy, what? This has been here the whole time?
I need to
Secret."
hear this song. Chihiro?
Chihiro, yeah.
Shahiro or Chihiro?
Chihiro, Chirio. Oh, Chihiro? Chihiro.
I say Chihiro, that's the name of the girl from Spirited Away.
Yeah, I think it's partially, inspired by Spirited Away and or
See
Chihiro.
look at this, look at this. We started from a song, you told me about this, and then, like, you're all into it when music brings everybody together, so then you're talking about my favorite anime movie, Spirited Away, and then we just get into more anime, and then, look, we're friends now. Would you like to be my friend?
It's all connected, baby.
I think music is a universal language because even okay, many artists, like these global artists, they'll be singing like in English, right? But then they'll go overseas to other countries singing their songs in their native language, like English, and so will those people. What they're hearing is just like the tone, the notes, and they're just like following along with that. Like I don't know everything that this person is saying or singing, but I know the melody and I can follow along with that. So it's like, I don't know, music just heal the world.
What you said, it sounded really poetic in my brain if you apply it to, like, a good true friendship. Like,
Mhm.
I don't necessarily understand the words, but I feel the melody, I feel the rhythm, and it's like
Oh.
long-term friendships, when you're, like, separated for a long amount of time, you come back together, it's like nothing changed. I
Yeah.
might not know everything that's going on in your life, but I know the beat,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
the rhythm, and I'm here to, like, pick up to learn the new words. What are the new lyrics? What's the
Mhm.
remix, you know? And
Oh, yeah, that's so
cherishing
good.
those friendships and, like, maintaining those friendships is so worth it, and
Mhm.
anytime it feels like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get back to so and so, gotta get back to so and so," and then you get back to so and so and you're like, "Ah, so and so. I love so and
I love
so.
so and so.
And
It's like
they're still kind."
Rihanna hasn't put out an album since that
Yep.
last since Anti,
Yeah.
and we're still like vibing to that and we're vibing with her. She's on a different journey other than the music, but we're still along with her. It's like mother, yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Mogul, yes, we're with you on that. Like this is we still love the beat that you're on, which is still like achieving things and doing all this stuff. We're still following the same rhythm, like you said, of our love for you. And like as a
Mhm.
friend, is like your friend is going through something, you do remember like all those times before. It was like that your friend just put out a new album. This album is a bit different than the last one. And you really have to take the time to listen to every single track and try to
Mhm.
like, okay, this one kind of sounds like your last album, but it's a little different. It's a little different. You added, is that a feature? Who's this?
Who is it?
Who you got on that
Who is
album? Who
that?
you get? But that's such a great metaphor that like friendships and music, how they're intertwined and just still following the rhythm. Like, I don't know these lyrics, but like, okay, uh-huh. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's not just
Mhm.
because I mean, obviously because they're your friend, but also even with like meeting new people when you're just picking up. My friend Taylor says the best thing. When I first heard her say it in a meeting, I almost fell to the floor. She said, "All right, yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down." It was my favorite phrase. And I had never heard it before. And now it's like my favorite thing ever. It's like, okay, I get you. I feel you. Like, this is where you are. This is where I'm at. Like, and I'm aligned and I'm listening. So we're here.
Yeah.
It's great. I love
It's so
that.
good to be seen,
And just to
to be
come back to
heard.
those friendships too, it's like that I
Yeah.
can step away and then come back in because I was sent something on Instagram recently where it's like, uh, people who kind of r- retreat like after it's like multiple social interactions and everything like that. And
Ooh,
it's just like at times it can be overstimulating and then they kind of like keep to themselves and you're like, where's so and so? What are they doing? Why are they ignoring me? And on their end, they're just like, oh my gosh, I was so overstimulated by multiple events that I had that I just had to retreat. And I feel as though friends should be much more open to that. Like if you hit someone up and they're not responding, it's like, okay, don't immediately go down a path of like, they hate me. Why are you ignoring me?
mhm.
Maybe go to the path of the other side of like, okay, maybe some, just give your friends some space and give them space to receive your message and acknowledge it on their end. And then, I mean, I don't see an issue with like checking in again, but I feel like your friend, when they're ready to check in with you, they will check in. Like, I don't, it, I mean, with the modern day of social media, it's just like, oh, okay, you didn't answer me, but you saw my story. You looked at my
Yeah,
story and you liked my thing. It's like, okay, friends going through mental health issues before the internet and before social media. What did you do? You just tried to, check in on your friend when you could.
yeah,
Are you home? Yeah. Okay. Well, you enjoy your day doing whatever you're doing. I'm just letting a friend know, hey, I'm here if you need me. Sending a letter. Remember that? We talked about that
yeah,
last episode. Send a letter just to let you know that I'm thinking of you. And whenever you're, if ever, ready to speak to me, then I'm here for you. Just know you're on my mind. It's
simple as that.
like you said, it's important for people to know that they're seen and heard, even if they don't want to be?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's very real. And, fun fact, they make cards for everything.
Oh,
They
yeah.
make fun ones, blank ones. I saw one that just said, "You did great," and I was like, "I could send that to someone for no reason at all."
Yeah,
Like, we were
not even
talking about
knowing.
just celebrating small accomplishments of like, "You did great. I'm not sure what you did this week, but I'm sure it went fantastically. Congratulations," you know? Simple as that. There was a
Hmm.
thought that I had in my brain of the fact that we are so accessible, like, so much
Yes.
more accessible than we've ever
Yes.
been, and that's so
Ever.
beautiful because, like, we can connect across the world, but, we could do so much with it, but it also
Mhm.
gives people this false sense of, like, access to you at
Yes.
all times. We're so
Yeah.
accessible, and that goes both ways, and I really need people to pull it back.
Yeah. I
'Cause like you
saw that
said,
I saw that you read my message.
don't detective me. Don't detective me because, there was a time when like you said, you wouldn't know where I was unless I happened to be home when
Right.
you called. That
Mhm.
would have been it. That would have been it. And less than that, there would have been a time where you could have been mailing letters to a house I haven't lived in 2 months. And
Right.
none of us would know it. People know too much about
Know
too
too
much.
much.
And they're taking that so personally because they're like,
Yes.
"I see exactly where you were. Oh, you're doing," and they're building up versions of you and stories, and it's just I can't stand it. And I
Yes.
don't like the concept of instant message being everything. That is
Yeah.
something that makes me feel like I am literally physically being chased. It's
Mhm.
like, just I can't do it. I can't. I get a lot of flack from my friends from often being on do not disturb, but it's literally because I feel like I'm being, low key hunted by the people I love.
You got a bounty on your head.
It's too much. It's too much.
It
Um,
can be a lot sometimes. Like if I'm in a group chat and it's just like popping off and I'm just like not that's not where I am right now. I'm just like, okay, mute it. I think this happened to me yesterday. It's like, oh, Lauren's been quiet. Like, my son was in the ER yesterday. My focus was on the day of yesterday. Okay, like I'm not in this group chat. There were two group chats actually. I think you were in one of them. They were just popping off yesterday, and I was just like, I can't interact. I can't do this. It's like like you said, I appreciate the technology that we're all able to communicate with one another no matter where we
Mhm.
are, stay in touch. That was the goal ultimately, was to stay in touch with your loved ones. But now it's like you said, it's a bounty hunt. Like, where are you? What are you doing? I saw on your story that you were doing this. That actually happened to me. I was appalled. Like, not from a friend, not a friend, not a friend,
Can't
a person,
imagine, can't
not a
imagine.
friend, not a friend, but like I was like super busy, overwhelmed at work. And then I had gone to the weekend concert like that
Mhm.
weekend. And then
Sure.
this person saw my story, who I didn't even know they could see my stuff, but they saw my story and then told a colleague, "Oh, Lauren must not be that busy. She's out at a concert. She's not that overwhelmed. She's at a concert. She's having fun." Are you are you okay? Like,
No.
are you okay? Because that's insane. That is insane. I'm from Monday through Friday, that's I'm yes. It's like, so, like, through all of that, then yes, by Saturday, I'm at a concert with my then fiance, and it's like one of our favorite artists, and I'm having a great time. So no, I'm not overwhelmed in that moment. It's a great release after being overwhelmed all week. But like the lack of, I mean, I did put it on my story. However, to then put that in your brain against me was actually insane. That was insane. That was insane to hear, to be honest with you. That was insane.
Like you're saying, like, you wouldn't even be working then anyway, so what are these
Right.
2 things 1, these 2 things aren't even related, but 2,
Correct.
if you even wanted to try to logic one to the other, why I wouldn't this wouldn't even be a time when I would be responsible for anything. I'm literally not. That's
Right.
God, that would really shake
Yeah.
me up.
As you can see, I've been married for almost 4 years, and I said my fiance, so it has stuck with me for some time. So that type of accessibility is just what I don't like. And after having conversations with you and, oh, Corey as well when we were at your apartment, and
Yeah.
then my best friend Nicole just saying, like, just not being on social media as much.
Mhm.
Like, it's like I check it whenever I can. It's like, oh, it's usually I had sent or something, because I'm like, this that's funny.
Yeah.
Um, but like not looking at it, because it's just like, I don't wanna be so accessible to people. It's like, I understand, like, my story, like, I saw something, I need others to see it, like, I
Yeah.
see it or to hear this, I need you to experience this, like, that part I get. The accessibility portion is just, like, something I really struggle with.
I think I think it's good that you struggle with it because the people that don't are in a bit of a social media psychosis, and that's not
Yes.
even putting it lightly because they think it's full reality. Like, sometimes I'll
Yes.
say things to people like one of my good friends, he and his wife one of my friends, he and his wife had, twins recently,
Mhm.
and I was talking to him about it, I was like, "Looks like you guys are, like, hot bopping," but I'm and it's important to put the "looks like" at the front. No, I don't speak factually about the things that you saw on social media as the entire
Right.
picture of someone's life, and I think people are really getting, like, really messed up about it, and I know we don't talk about relationships often, or we haven't so far
Mhm.
in this space, but I saw a thread that really annoyed me, and I was like, "I'd love to bring it to the table because I'd love your
Bring it.
perspective on it."
Mm.
The comments agreed with me, but someone was like, "If you have, your partner's location on, like, that means you don't trust them."
I
And
saw that thread
everybody
too. I saw that thread too.
everybody in the comments well, one person was like, "Well, how am I supposed to know when they're coming home with my food?" It's like, "Exactly." It's like, "Well, what if they got lost?" Like, I'm not checking it incessantly. Usually, I'm just gonna like, "Where they at?" Like, it's if there's an error around it, that's bad, bad. But it's the same
Right.
thing, it's like, people are like, "You shouldn't" I saw a hot take, like, "You shouldn't like pictures of people of the opposite, sex on Instagram if you're in a relationship." And I was like, "These what
Are
is
you
going
sleeping with
on?
these people? Does
What is going on?"
Are you insane? These are the same people that think that they're friends with celebrities, like actual friends. It's like, oh, it's like somebody makes a comment about what they saw about a celebrity, and they're like, no, he's not like that. Like, because you know this?
I
What?
didn't realize you knew him. That's so
What?
fascinating.
That is so odd to me. Like, it's so. I was watching, oh, that the actors at the table,
Yeah,
Quinta and
roundtable.
Kiki,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were talking about that, saying, like, interacting with people on social media, that it's
Mhm.
like, sometimes it's funny, but then also sometimes it's like, what? like you don't actually know me, like, and the personality you've created for me is of Janine, like, is a character on television. Like, you don't know Quinta
Yeah,
directly, you know? It's just the people, like you said, social media psychosis. Like,
yeah.
it, but it has sent people honestly down a path that does not rock.
The path rocks. Yeah, parasocial relationships
Yes.
indeed. And I think
Yeah.
it's ironic to say this, but I think it can happen so easily with podcasts.
Oh, yeah, for
Because
sure.
you're in a conversation with people that you're not actually in conversation with, and there's a lot of people that listen that do know us very well.
Yeah.
But, as we gain new friends and fans, it's like you're learning about people, but there's only so
Mhm.
much that you know. There's only so
Mhm.
much you will know, and that's just the name of the game, that's the nature of it, but you gotta check in with yourself.
Every
It's
so
like,
often.
like, I am I friends with Caleb Heron in my head? Yes, because I listen to his podcast weekly, and he says a lot of funny things, and I'm like, "That's my pal Caleb." But if I ever see him on the street, and fingers crossed I will, because he does live in Brooklyn, I I know better than to go up to him and talk about something that he said on his podcast or about his relationship with his mother. It's like, some people don't have that,
They don't have
and
that.
it's a little
No.
it's concerning, but then it also
Yeah.
do a nice full circle. It's just a call for community,
That
which is
is
what's so
exactly what it
sad.
is, and that's what
Yeah.
is lost, and we will harp on it forever. That it was what is lost, the call for community.
Unitas. Yes.
Joy and community. Odunde. Happy New
A
Year.
doom day. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But
Joy and
that's it
community.
is a call for community, which was I say this all the time, how everything shifted during COVID and people who were already maybe did not socialize like that.
Mhm.
Guess what? It's cut off entirely now. Now you
Mm,
can't talk to anybody and you have to kind of figure that out. Navigate. I feel like that's when people then turn to the internet much more and social media. They're like, well, if I don't talk to somebody, I'm gonna lose it. So
mhm.
then start interacting online and create a persona for themselves that way as
Yeah.
well, which some it may have gone the right way. And you created this amazing persona. You became so outgoing and personable, and people love you. Or
Right.
you went the other way, and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna be a hater online. I'm gonna be a troll. It'll get me interacting with people, and I don't care how it happens. So
Mm,
there's that. But, like, COVID really, like, I feel like pivoted the whole interaction piece,
mhm.
even though well, I'm trying to think it's like how developed I can't even think back that far. We had all these stories and everything like that, but I feel like there's more and more social platforms
Yeah.
now than there were before then. There's just, like, now more ways to stay in touch, and then when Instagram added the feature to put your location on, I'm like off, first of all, but also this is too much. It's too much. People just need that sense of that community. People need people.
People need people.
Even though people say they don't need people, like I did enjoy times during COVID where it was just like at home. However, we were up every morning playing Animal Crossing
Yeah.
and then playing Injustice almost every night. I was looking at a screenshot from you, me, and Lorenzo on FaceTime having dinner. Like we got dressed
Yeah.
up like we were at the restaurant.
I did my hair.
That was so I love that. So
Yeah.
I wish more people I'm wondering if other people had any moments like that. We were just like, "We were home, let's play dress up, let's play restaurant." So we did
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
did.
The
But
privilege of peace, yeah.
it's the sense of community that people are really looking for, like just and connection, the
Yeah.
connection.
Big,
It's
big,
important.
big.
A lot of people struggle with that. I had employees that struggled with that during the pandemic. It's just like because we were all remote, and the only way they interacted
Mhm.
was, and again, that's a lot of people's social interaction was their jobs, and then
Yeah.
they lost that, and then they didn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And
It's an extra step.
I'm learning as a remote worker that maintaining those connections is more difficult. Like I check in with my friends, like my people, but like the people that I did start to develop connections with in the office, they're, like, not as good as they were before because we are remote, and you're just like, "Should I hit him up? How are you?"
And you should, and you
I
should.
should.
Have you ever
Yeah.
messaged somebody and they're like, "This just made my day," and that's so nice. Or
Yeah, right?
even if they don't even respond, being knowing that you reached out sometimes feels nice enough to be like,
Mhm.
and like you said, and when they're ready for it, and when they have the time or they have the space, they feel in a place to respond. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but it's still nice to reach out. Oh, that Lobby Sifra song, "Bless the Telephone."
Yes.
Oh my god, it's nice to hear your voice again. I waited all day long, even wrote a song for you. It's ah,
I It makes me want to have an actual, like, handheld on phone because, like, it's like, "Oh, pretend you're on the phone," and people are like this.
no,
No, this
no,
is the phone.
get up.
I'm like I'm doing cowabunga on the phone.
Yeah.
"Hello?" But, like, Luke James, he put a video out. He had the phone connected to the handheld connected to his phone. He said, "I'm in your city." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh," to walk around with a connected phone like that just to like, "Hey, yeah, I'm doing great." There's just something so, like, I don't know, more that's why, like, I'm not typically on speakerphone. I
Yeah.
usually have, like, a tangible headphone in, like, the cords. I do like I like that a lot.
I like that.
I
I like
do, I
that as
like that.
well.
I
And
just
I
I had one forever ago, but I don't know what happened to it. My
it
phone
feels so
changed, so
nice. I gotta get back into that. I do wanna take a moment to circle back to Luke James.
let's.
I was
I want
watching
you. No, that was
Please,
off key.
no, wow, do you remember? Do you remember? I remember seeing him at SOBs, and I
Mhm.
was like, "This is fantastic," and I recently saw a clip of him talking to Scott Evans, our friend in our head.
Oh,
Um,
a friend in our head.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm just like, "Man,
Yes.
Luke James is so talented and so funny," and
So good.
this is just a shout out Luke James, you know?
Well,
I
yeah,
love that name.
yes, shout out to Luke James and I recently watched him with Scott Evans when he was
Mhm.
talking about, Scott he was, like, out of his chair every so often. I'm
Yes,
like, "Same." About to
yes.
weep. He's like, "I just really wanna be a good dad." I'm like, "Oh."
He's like, "I know, I know, I know. It's so
Oh,
lame." Scott's like, "No, it's not.
it's
It's so
not lame. It's
serious."
actually entirely the opposite,
It's so
entirely.
nice. It's so
And
beautiful.
his song, it was the song that after our wedding, when we walked down the aisle, after we
Oh,
said our vows and everything,
yeah!
yeah, it
Love
was
that song.
because
That
it's
song builds
just
up
like, oh
nice.
my gosh, it was so good.
The way that song
S
builds is so beautiful. Man, I might go I am
Perfectly
gonna go listen to
cast
some
as
more
Johnny
Jam.
Gill, like, I
Yes.
love him.
Golly, get into it. That New
Oh
Edition
my gosh.
miniseries is next level. I did wanna make a left, and it's a related fact
Yes.
because I was thinking about how there's a thing where if people some people, if you turn down an invitation enough times, they will stop inviting you, and it's
Ugh.
because they assume that you don't wanna hang out with them, and this kinda brings back to the thing of, like, don't hear what I didn't say. Like,
Mhm,
why would
mhm.
you like, I didn't say that, and also, some people just are busy, some people, they just weren't in a season, maybe you invited them in a time, like, a few years that were just like, "I'm not in a place to
Yes.
socialize with new
Yeah.
people, crowds, you I don't know, I'm not there," and then you stop
You.
inviting them, it's like, if you wanna see somebody oh, sorry, it sounded
Mhm.
like that quote from Sister Act, and I was like, "How can I turn this into it?" If you wanna see somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better reach out and say something, you know? Like, it's okay to continue to hit
Yes.
people up, and it's important to continue to hit people up because you never know when they'll say yes, you never know when they'll say no, and unless they say explicitly, "This no is about you, the space, and the thing you've invited me to," don't take any of it personally. Just, like, think to yourself, "I wanna see that person. I'm gonna reach out to them and invite them." And even if they never say yes, still invite them if you want to see them.
Yes.
Nothing else really matters unless they've explicitly said, "Do not invite me to anything."
Right.
Please
It's
stop.
like, I please stop inviting me to things. Jeez.
Told me so many
But no,
times.
it's so true. It's like if, you never well, it goes back to what I said before. You never know what anybody has going on. And also sometimes like our social calendar picks up quite often with a lot of things. And I'm always like, I can't help it that I'm popular. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean like don't reach out to me and invite me to the thing or assumes like, oh, she's probably home with the baby or like doing something. Like always assume I'm doing nothing. You should always assume I'm up to absolutely nothing. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, just just greasing my scalp.
You know,
You know, as
gotta
I
keep
do.
first. Sure.
But like unless I'm settled into the bed and I ain't going nowhere and you give me enough notice, I can double check my cal and let you know what's going on. Like you just did that this week and I said, "Thank you so much for," I said, "Thank you for considering me. Thank you for the consideration."
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate it because at times like people will stop. You're right. People will stop inviting you. It's like, "Oh, she never comes. She never comes to this thing." It's like, "Well, she was on a track for a certain business venture. It didn't pan out. She didn't want to talk to a lot of people about it, and she kept to herself. So, she didn't tell anybody, but now, like, she's like, "I'm a new me, I'm out, I'm doing this," and then I don't know, I feel like it would hurt somebody's feelings to then, like, some people just don't wanna share things they're going through, okay?
Yeah,
That's just how it is. You should still check in on those people. It's like and then to then see, because everything's visible, that her friends went out without her. This is I'm just saying her because, like, it's
sure,
not
sure.
me, I'm not her,
I
but, like, to
can
the
I
and
can
it's like
read.
she said when it was her. No. But then to see her friends out doing these things, it's just like, "Dang, where was my invite?" Like, I was going through this. It's like, no, they didn't know, but, I still wanna be considered. Uh, and sometimes with that, even if you are going through something, if your friend could also be going through something, so the check-in may not be reciprocated.
Mm,
So, like, and you have to let that sit with you. That has to be okay sometimes, that, like, your friend is going through something, they look to you to talk about it and to be there for them, and the whole time they're talking, you can't sit there and say, "Well, you didn't check in with me about blase, blaza, blah."
true.
That that is not in my opinion, that's not a good friend. Like, if
Mhm,
your friend is going through something, I mean, I am a friend that has I leave space for moments like that where it's
mhm.
just like, even if I'm going through, oh, who knows what, um, like, personally, it's like, just, like, sit with that, but let my friend say, like, "Oh, that's tough, like, that's really difficult, and I'm here for you in any way that I can be," and just you have to be what's the word I'm looking for? Like, selfless in that way? Like, you're just,
Yeah.
like, um, oh my gosh, having space, giving space, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
that what
giving
Cynthia and Ariana used to
yeah,
say?
holding space,
Holding
holding
space. My one my one coworker, he says it on our meetings all the time where, I have one friend, she's like, "Can I say something?" And she's like, "No, wait, never mind." And then he's like, "We're holding space for you. Like,
Mhm,
go ahead, go ahead."
mhm.
It's like, just like being able to hold space for people, I think, is so important. Even though absolutely you should hold space for yourself and you would want to have people that you can talk to about that
Mhm.
eventually. But at some point, like, your friend may need you in that moment and then you'll need them. And it's just that's reciprocity as it comes to friendship. That's what friendship is all about.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Oh, oh,
But that's what friendship is all about, in
that's
my
what
opinion.
friendship's all about. Yeah, yeah,
There's
I
no,
think
like,
that's
I'm
a
hurting more than you are right now, or, like, there's no competition for feelings.
it can't be like that, and I think
Mhm.
something about that that's also hard, and I struggle with this personally, is there's a desire to if you're holding space for them, then you kind of expect in that moment maybe, or even in the same period that they'll hold space for you, and that's not always guaranteed,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's hard when it's like, "Wow, you just shared all this with me, and you little do you know I've also got a whole lot of stuff going on," but it's like, either read the room or kinda let that go and be like, "Oh, this isn't a friend that can hold space for me right now."
Yeah.
You know? And, like, recognizing that can be really hard because
Mhm.
conversation inherently is supposed to be very, like, back and forth, you share, I share, and, like, that's not always the case, and
Yeah.
it can make you feel some type of way about, like, "Man, like, they didn't even ask how I'm doing." It's like, if you take that personally if it's something they've done all the time and they've never really asked how you're doing, and
Yeah, then that's
evaluate
a
that friendship,
problem.
but
Yeah.
if they've just kind of, like, poured out everything they've got going on and then they neglect to say, "Okay, so and how are you doing?" Then
Yeah.
it's you can't really hold that against people, and that's easier said than done, and
Mhm.
I haven't made my way there yet, but I aspire because you'll just hurt your own fifis if
It's
you're
true.
sitting there waiting for your in, and they're just like, "Thanks so much for listening. Actually, I gotta go make dinner," and it's like, "Oh, oh, oh, okay. Okay, it's not personal.
Yeah.
This helped them. It didn't help me, but that's okay. Maybe I need to go talk to somebody who I
Or
feel like
another
can have
friend.
space."
That's why,
Yeah.
like, having multiple spaces is important because
Yeah.
you could be that space for that one friend. Then you have another friend who is that space for you, who has the capacity to hear what you have going on. It's like in
Mhm.
that moment, you were meant to be that friend in that space for that person that was going through that. And then, in the future, at some point, you guys will talk again. You'll say, "Yeah, back then, it's like I was going through all of this and everything like that. I'm so glad to hear you're doing better, and you're out of that space that you were. And it's like I was going through this. It's like, and maybe that's the time you guys reconnect and tell them about what was going on with you. It's like, but I worked through it, and now we're here. We're having tapas and we're having dinner, and everybody's better. My embroidery business is thriving.
Ooh.
Everything's good, you
Yeah.
guys. It's great.
Yeah. Unless someone has deeply wronged you, I feel like you cannot it's cannot is strong, but you should not hold time against somebody. They haven't reached
Hmm.
out to me in 10 years. Like, "Oh, did you wanna hear from them or not? Did you wanna hear from them or not?" Like,
Yeah.
my friend Chelsea, who we have known each other since elementary school, 'cause we used to get confused for one another on the playground and by our teachers, and, Chelsea gives me so much grace because 'cause she'll text me a song, and my worst record, she texted me a song in February, and I answered her in April.
Mm.
I wasn't proud, and there's a version of me that would've been like, "Oh my god, I'm so, so, so sorry." And I did apologize, I was like, this is mad late, but this song's amazing," and I told her how we experienced it because we listened to it together on your deck,
Hmm.
and Chelsea didn't even there was nothing. She was just like, "This is why I sent it to you, I knew you'd feel that way, and I knew you'd hear it the same way," and it's like,
Yeah.
you're just right back in, and, like, if she had given me any smoke, I feel like it would've been I wouldn't have blamed her if she was like, "You didn't answer me for 2 months," but, like, I also wouldn't have loved it.
Right. Right.
It would have made me upset. I'm like, "'Cause it wasn't intentional." I've had the text marked unread for months, being like,
I've
"I need
done
to
that
I need
too.
to answer."
Yeah.
Like, don't holding time against somebody is so unfair. Because what am I supposed to do? Take it back?
Yeah, look at the
Like,
hourglass down here. It's like, don't you hold that
don't hold that
against me.
against me.
Mm.
Don't do it. Don't do it to me.
But it's
Please.
like holding time against someone is crazy. Not crazy. You're not
You're
crazy. You're
not
not
crazy.
crazy. I'm just saying it's like an interesting thing to do
It's a choice.
because, like, I don't know. In my mind, people got things going on, And it's like I sent it, it's out there. So, like, whenever she gets back, she gets back. Whenever this person responds, it's like I remember, like, there's what I feel nostalgic all the time around this time of year because, like, June 14th was like our last day of school, and it's like nobody's there. You have your yearbooks and everything like that. And you just like, time has gone on. It'll be almost 20 years since I graduated from high school. And there's just so, I said it like that because I can't believe it. But so many people that I've seen like reconnected with online uh from high school, and it's just like there was one girl, she started she was selling clothes like in her upstairs attic and everything. I joined her live. It was like randomly, it was like years ago. And
Oh,
then I was like, "Oh my gosh, that looks so cute." She's like, "Oh my God, Lauren, hi." I'm like, I was like, why not? I'm just gonna check it out, see what's going on. Because you just never know.
you
It's just so
never
nice. It's
know.
so nice. It's like the other side could be like, oh, I don't remember her. Rare. But
And
but
say that, and say that.
but it's like you just send it, like even friends like from college, like, or oh, my one of my sorority sisters, I always send her Kingdom Hearts content because I remember that's how we connected, was about Kingdom Hearts. So any clips I see Instagram, I send it to her. I'm just like, you know what? Just send it. Send it. It's funny. It made me laugh. And then if I think of someone who I had a certain laugh with, then I'm gonna I send it their way. It's just like little moments like that, maintaining those connections, It's just, why not take a crazy chance? Now I'm the one singing this time. So
Why not? You know what? I think this is a great kind of prompt for people because we often think about how easily "I meant to tell you" comes up in conversation.
yeah.
And, if you take nothing away from this episode, reach out to somebody or somebodies that you may not have spoken to recently or that have been on your brain and just say, like, "I meant to tell you I've been thinking about you. Hope you're doing well. I meant to
Hmm.
tell you I saw a bird outside and it made me think of you. I didn't take the
Yes.
picture, but I wish I did." Like, I don't know, it just feels good to be thought of,
Yes.
and the way my anxiety is set up is sometimes, there's a point where I would not reach out to people because I was like, "It's been too long. We might have left things weird, or at least I think things were weird, or what have you," and, like, it's always worth it to just kinda step over that and say it anyway, so yeah,
Yeah, and
wow.
I agree. And also, when you reach out to that person, don't say, this may be weird. Don't start it off like that. Just say the thing. Just say what you want to say and restart that connection that you think is lost, but was always there. And they could have been thinking the same thing on the other side of the telephone, that
I don't
they're like, oh, it's been too long.
Sometimes I like to say this may be weird because then the person back usually says, "This is not weird at all." And then I can go forward understanding
It's
this
all about
isn't weird.
comfortability.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes you have to
Mhm.
couch it in something to feel like, I don't want you to think I'm weird, so I'm gonna say this might be weird.
Yes. That I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah. But I meant to tell you, I miss you. I saw you so recently, and
I
I
know.
I was excited about us chit-chatting about AAM,
Yes. Yeah.
and you're about to go have an experience,
Aren't we?
a professional experience in
Mhm.
Florida? In Florida?
Yes, Florida.
So soon,
Florida.
and I can't wait to hear about it. I'm sure we're all
Yeah.
on the edge of our seats because every time you go off on these trips, you have a blasty blast.
I make it my own. This is not an HR conference, so it's a lot of customers and, partners and really within the space of, like, the organization. So I'm looking forward to just interact I just love interacting with people. It's my
You
favorite
know it so
thing to
well.
do. Should I just show up with my microphone and, like
I think you should.
I
I
I
highly
want
encourage
to.
it.
I really do, especially at the booth and talk to my colleagues and stuff. So I'm excited for that. There's a lot of talky to talk and things coming up because then we have Mexico on the next week.
Mexico,
Mm,
yes, for,
yeah.
batch weekend, for our batch weekend, me
Yes,
and my
you and I.
fiancé. Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
This is I did have something I did mean to tell you, and
Yeah.
this we can talk about in our next episode. I
Mhm.
meant to tell you, you need to pursue being in DJ. So do with that what you will.
Oh, okay.
Forget,
Well,
forget, forget, been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. That
that
don't do step
step
two,
two,
step
step
two,
two.
step two, step two, step two, step two. Forget.
Is isn't that Aaliyah? Okay, thanks. I meant to tell you I love you. I meant to tell you thank you for your time. I meant to tell you your time is not a burden.
I meant to tell you, thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for that.
Mhm. Make sure you catch us next month for another episode of I Meant to Tell You.